must criticize, would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. Remember, it's not about personalities. My brother, my sister, over here it's all about the issues. And I want to say thank you so much. Now from the newsreel, we always keep it real. Today, my brother, my sister, I have something interesting, and we want to start with this one coming from Adom Online. Adom Online. And it says, GES director collapses during Independence Day parade. GES director collapses. Garu district of the Upper East region, Philip Frederick Alale, dropped unconscious during the 66th Independence Day celebration parade. It happened whilst Alale was standing on the dais with other dignitaries. Adum News' Halidas Dasmani reports Mr. Alale stood in the scorching sun for hours, and it is believed that might have resulted in his collapse. This was at the time a school cadet present to commemorate the day was displaying their drill skills whilst the national anthem and other tunes were being played. The director was carried and rushed into a black vehicle which came to park in front of the dais, and he was rushed to a nearby health center. In fact, some other people should have collapsed so that at least they would heed the advice that it is not worth it to celebrate the independence at the time that there is an economic crunch that is neck-wrenching. My brother, my sister, it is so sad that we live in a certain jurisdiction where people that we voted into power do not listen to us anymore. In fact, some of these arrogant people should have collapsed in place of Mr. Alale so that it will be news all over the world. Mr. Alale is nothing but a fry. F-R-Y, fry. When it comes to those who took the decision, my brother, my sister, to celebrate an unwanted independence. My brother, my sister, now the interesting thing is that this country is running after the IMF, begging the IMF, running to China. Now there are rumors that are aloft that the Chinese are coming for the airport, the so-called Kotoka International Airport, the same way they did to some other African countries. Where is your independence? Now you are so much in dirt, my brother, my sister, that at this point you are swallowed up totally by the debt that you inflicted on yourselves. And you go out there and tell us that you are celebrating a certain independence. The independence that your forefathers did not want. The independence that your uncles and fathers and grandfathers hated so much. And therefore they went to Cote d'Ivoire and teamed up with one other villain in that country to produce bombs and come and bomb the innocent people of this country. My brother, my sister, do we all remember the Kulungungu bombings? Do we all remember the bombings at the independence ceremonies? Do we remember, my brother, my sister, how many times they decided to take the life of Kwame Nkrumah, all because he single-handedly gave us independence and founded this wonderful nation? They were so egotistical to come out and give him the glory that he deserved. Today, these are the same urchins who are running left, right, and center, claiming that, yes, there is a certain independence that must be celebrated. Well, if you can beat them, you must join them. Now, a whole GES director was standing in the hot sun in Boku and collapsed. Now, let me tell you something you do not know about Boku. Now, Boku is a very spiritual place. In fact, it contains so many different spiritual elements in that area. And if you are not careful, you might take that area for granted. Number two, Boku is one of the hottest places in Ghana, if not the hottest place in Ghana. In fact, let me be very, very accurate. Boku is the hottest place in Ghana. Now, if Boku is the hottest place in Ghana, how have Ghanaians been able to deal with this? Let me start with Muslims and Ramadan, aka fasting. Hear me now, when it comes to Ramadan, Muslims in Boku, year after year, are advised not to fast. Looking at how the place gets very, very hot, it will be very, very detrimental to their own health. And therefore, in some of the years, they are advised, my brother, my sister, to stay away from fasting. This is the truth. This is the truth, my brother. Now, if you do know that this place is so hellish in terms of the blazing sun, you bring innocent school children to come there and march in this hot sun. Some of them sometimes even march barefooted. There is no water for them to drink. There is no snack for them. At the end of the day, it's the same pot-bellied leaders who leave the ground after sitting under the shade, and the children are marching barefooted sometimes in the hot blazing sun. They go out there to eat dinner, chicken back and chicken. Some of them even eat dogs in that region. My brother, my sister, is so sad that the little children always become the sacrifice. How many children collapsed on the day of the march? Our independence has been reduced to nothing but marching and singing patriotic songs. Now the independence is not doing anything to uplift the minds of the youth. The independence is not doing anything to improve on the economy. The independence rather blows our money so we can continue to be in bondage and suppression. The independence is not helping in any way. All the independence is doing is to shackle us down to the IMF and to tie our girdles permanently to the Chinese. What is happening to us, my brother, my sister? Today, my brother, my sister, I am reading something here and it's breaking my heart. It says that the health minister has been summoned before Parliament. Why? Because children's vaccines are all getting lost. They are finished. Children in the northern region of Ghana are suffering from measles. A lot of them in their droves, all because the measles medicine, the vaccine is all gone dry. Yet, my brother, my sister, these are the same people who are quick to find their way outside this country to seek health care. We, those who remain in this country and cannot afford, our children would go without the vaccines. Our children would march barefooted at the parade grounds every 6 months. They will be sunstroked. And a lot of them, my brother, my sister, would go home with all kinds of damnable diseases that they might have picked up at the parade grounds. Are you not ashamed of yourselves? How do you feel when you sit under the shade? And these little children march, some of them barefooted. No water for them, no snack for them. Since I was a little boy and I was going for this parade, there was no day that they gave us water. We all ran home with our mouths very dry and sometimes hungry like donkeys on the desert. My God have mercy. May posterity judge these people and judge them very harshly. Listen to this. I'm reading this from My Joy Online, and it says, Health Minister summoned to appear before Parliament today over baby vaccines shortage. And this one was published today, the 6th, 7th of March, 2023 at 10:33 a.m. It reads, Health Minister Kweku Agyeman has been summoned to brief Parliament today, March 7, over the shortage of childhood vaccines in the country. He was scheduled to appear in the House on Tuesday, February 28, but failed to show up. As a result, the minority got angry and lambasted him for disrespect for the House. In fact, a member of the Health Committee of Parliament, Mohammed Mubarak Muntaka, described the conduct of the minister as disrespectful. The former minority chief whip asked for Mr. Agyeman to be subpoenaed for not appearing before the House. However, the chairman of committee, Dr. Ayu Efriye, ordered that the minister appears today to brief the members. Already, over 100 children in the northern part of Ghana are suspected to have contracted measles. This is according to the president-elect for the Pediatric Society of Ghana, Dr. Hilda Mantibia Boy. The figures come amid the shortage of baby vaccines nationwide. I leave it here, man. This is nauseating. Very nauseating. Now, to some people who do not remember this minister, this indisciplined minister, hear me now. This was the same man who was contracting people who were on the terrorist list of the FBI and the CIA, contracting them to bring us Sputnik V. Do you all remember? Do you all remember? This was the man who arbitrarily decided to use the nation's money to go looking for people who were on the terrorist list of the FBI and the CIA. It took a Norwegian journalist to blow the whistle and ridicule the country. What did the man say? He said the people of Ghana are contracting some people who are on the terrorist list of the FBI and the CIA for the Sputnik V, and they were paying twice or thrice as much as it costs to get this from Russia. My brother, my sister, this is nauseating. This is nauseating. He did it. He was asked to come to parliament. He went to parliament and told a bag of lies. The president became a flippant, made a lot of jokes out of this serious issue. Today, the man is playing more jokes with the lives of our children. This man should have left his office long ago. He even had the guts to go out and say, oh, I am now the most vilified minister in Ghana and blah, 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 because of the Sputnik V. If this was a serious country, you would have been jailed. Because these guys on the terrorist list of the FBI and the CIA, my brother, my sister, could have poisoned this nation. Today, I cry for the innocent people, the innocent children nationwide who are suffering from this indiscipline. I leave it here. Now let me go to what is happening in Ashaiman. And I'm heartbroken. I'm reading this from Graphic Online, and it says soldiers beat up civilians after alleged mob killing of soldier. Jesus have mercy. Now when you come to my own treenews.com, the most authentic source of news online, it says military who brutalized civilians at Ashaiman came from Michelle Camp. And this an MP saying that. Now, the member of parliament for Ashaiman, Ernest Nogbe, has said the military men who allegedly stormed the homes of some civilians in Ashaiman and brutalized them on Monday, March 6, following the killing of a soldier in the area, were from Michelle Camp. Michelle Camp is the base of the 1st Battalion of Infantry of the Ghana Army, located at Tema in the Greater Accra region. Mr. Nogbe told Johnny Hughes on the Sunrise Show on 3FM Tuesday, March 7, that I know the men, that's the military men, are coming from military Michelle Camp. I have called the head there, but his line is unreachable. My brother, my sister, this is what is happening. Now, what caused this? It's all about a laptop and a phone. A soldier was beaten to death. And on the day that we were supposed to be celebrating our independence solemnly, we were greeted with slaps, kicks, and licks. Soldiers went out there beating up people. Oh, what a barbaric society. What an uncivilized society. Soldiers took the law into their own hands. They broke barracks where they are contained, came out in their military vehicles, armored cars, as if it was a war zone, went from house to house, visiting people with slaps, kicks, and licks. They headed some of them, stamped on some of them. My brother, my sister, what kind of a country is this? Do we have any respect for our people? Do we have any respect for our citizenry? Yes, a soldier was killed. Is that the best way to avenge the soldier? Do we have laws that can deal with some of these things like murder? Or are the soldiers different from the citizens of Ghana? I am so ashamed. My brother, my sister, now if the people of Ashaiman decide to come out, do you think that soldiers can contain them? Remember that it's the people who made you soldiers. You are soldiers over the people. You are not soldiers against the people. I am so ashamed, utterly ashamed, that these things are happening in our country. What is this? You go out there because one of your colleagues has been killed. So you take the laws into your hands. You enter homes and start beating up people, men and women, kicking them and telling them that, yes, you have the power. Well, this is what happens when a whole nation is so militarized. Every little circumstance is the police that we push to the background and bring soldiers on. My brother, my sister, we pay soldiers more than any other people in this country. That's what we do. When it comes to our armed forces and all those people, security forces, it's the soldiers that take their salaries quick, because they are those that governments all over Africa fear. They are those who can stage a coup d'etat. Please, soldiers, you could do better than this. I know that a lot of you are frustrated because there's a dirty government that is doing nothing to make this country a better place. So for that matter, you are frustrated. But we all are frustrated. We, those who are beaten, we are all frustrated. Well, my name Blakk Rasta. And I want to say thank you so much. We have 3 more minutes to the news at 12. And here I am with my brethren. My brother, how are you doing?